You're watching this video because you probably want more traffic, and the free traffic you probably really want, right? Because it's free. And to get free traffic, you have to actually do something that's worthwhile so that the algorithms out there think, hey, this guy's cool, this website's cool. So then they're going to send you a lot of traffic. But to do that, you have to have something worthwhile. Hey, I'm Chris Munch, founder of AmpiFire, and I help businesses drive organic traffic from search, social, video, and more, so that you can make more sales. One indicator, especially when it comes to Google and search traffic, but this is also true of really all the algorithms, is essentially like a brand authority. And one thing which impacts brand authority is brand search. If you want more traffic, you have to consider, does anyone really care about your brand? Is anyone even looking it up? And if you think about it, you look at successful companies, right? You look at successful companies like Coca-Cola, Tesla, right? Whatever company, just happens to be popular right now and, is a household name, is they have massive brand strength. And then they launch online businesses and they have e-commerce sites and they, have local businesses, but they don't really consider the power of the brand and their brand name. And guess what? If Google sees that nobody searches for your brand, then essentially bad things are going to happen, okay? And this is becoming more and more important over time. And I call this kind of like the circle of losing, like with the algorithms, right? And brand search and brand strength is a really, really big one. And most of the algorithms are looking for something which kind of suggests that people will be interested in what you're posting, and brand strength is a proxy for that. So essentially, like, let's say there's this situation, right? And nobody searches for your brand name, whatever that brand name might be, but nobody knows about it, or maybe they know about it, but they just don't care. They're just not interested. They've got no reason to really look you up. And so then essentially, what happens is the algorithms pick up on this and they decide essentially you suck, okay, right? Or your brand sucks. And this isn't a good situation. And what do they do when they decide that you suck? Well, they decide to send you less traffic. Okay, so you get sent less traffic. They essentially penalize you for having a weak brand. And this didn't used to be much of a factor, but it's been a factor, say, with Google for many, many years. And then in 2024, with all the AI content coming out there, the strength of the brand became more important. And this has then becomes a self-fulfilling, right, prophecy, because if you get less traffic, fewer and fewer people know about it, okay? And so if you get less traffic, then you kind of, your business sucks even more. And essentially, right, truly, nobody is ever going to search for your brand name. And this is the cycle that a lot of businesses are in, okay? Now, depending on the level of competition, depending on the niche, say on the local level, you don't need that many brand searches to actually kick things off in the other direction, right? So what is the other direction? Well, that's the opposite experience where people are searching for your brand, right? So people do search for your brand. So people search for your brand, okay? Because you've got something interesting, right? There's a reason to look you up. And then because they search for your brand, that gives you positive signals, okay? It gives you positive signals on YouTube, gives you positive signals on Google, okay? And even potentially on social media. Then you get these positive signals where they think, they don't suck. They must be good. If people are looking them up, they must be good or at least interesting. So why not give them some more exposure? And so that's exactly what they do. So then the algorithm says, right, this gigantic robot machine buried under the ocean or whatever it might be, the algo says, send more traffic, okay? Rank them higher, show them to more people, okay? And so then guess what? You're gonna get more brand searches, and you start to win the popularity contest. And the algorithms it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Is like, they look like they're growing, they look interesting, and so you get this positive feedback look where they go, looks pretty good, right? Looks pretty good stuff. Then you're seen by more people, okay, at the same time. So there's more people seeing you. The algorithms say you look pretty good, okay? They've been sending you more traffic, and essentially the result of all of this is essentially more people then search for your brand. Okay. And so this doesn't just, infinitely increase, until like you just got all the traffic in the world. But the point here is this is like a positive impact. And so if you can drive brand searches, then you're going to be supporting this kind of positive signal to the algorithm, which rewards you. Okay. And so brand search, people looking for your product names, for your actual brand, is really, really, really important. And so then the question is, well, how do you do that? Well, first of all, you just have to have something interesting, right? So, how do you increase your brand search? That's an important question. So how to increase brand strength, brand search? I mean, think about it. If you have a decent product, a decent service, then, and people discover this and they're interested in it, then of course they're going to go look you up online. Okay. If you've got an interesting website that people want to come back to, then people will type into Google search, okay, to, find your website, right, and come back to your website. So, number one is, be useful, right? Have a site worth coming back to, build a resource. And being useful is one, and simply just have a product, okay, that people will consider and research. That's simple. If you actually sell something, then people, once they've seen your product, then they're going to go do research. And so then you just have to bring the initial attention, right? So you need initial attention. And so this can be, for example, through paid ads, okay? It can be through content distribution where people find you. So any way that you can get traffic, okay? It could be, posting in forums. So just any way to get traffic should lead to brand searches if you've done the first two things. If you haven't done the first two things and you try and get attention, you're going to be fighting an upward battle where instead of this happening and your traffic has this positive signal and the algorithms are recommending you more, you're going to have this where essentially they just realize that you suck and there's no point sending you any more traffic, and so they'll penalize you in some way and you get less and less traffic. And so, you need to do something which is useful with your website, be a great resource, or have a product that will, people will consider and research. And so being useful, it could be, you could have tools on your website, you could have, just useful information, you could be posting stuff on a regular basis, and then you just want to be driving people to that. Another really good one obviously is, email, right? And so email as well could be another way that you can be getting attention, bringing people back to your website, and then they're building that familiarity with you, and then they might look up your brand, your products, and so on. Okay, so it's really this simple, okay? And this is what drives brand search. And as you drive more brand search, you're going to get rewarded with more and more traffic. And so we see, for example, brands which are on the decline because the demand for the product is going down, or people aren't so interested, or they're not advertising as much as they used to. Okay, their product's not so popular, maybe competition has come along. When you see that brand search decline, their overall traffic is declining as well. When they start making a lot of noise, they're rewarded, and their overall free traffic and traffic from Google, maybe, the YouTube videos, things like that, they're going to get seen more because they are more in demand. Brand search is just a signal to say that you are popular. And in all of the algorithms, Facebook, Google, TikTok, YouTube, it doesn't matter what it is, it's ultimately a popularity contest, right? It's like what stuff is the most engaging, most interesting, that's going to keep people sticking around the longest, it's going to get them to view more stuff, that's going to answer the query the best, it's going to give a good user experience. It's all about popularity. And so you're just playing the game. It's like you're back in the schoolyard trying to be the most popular brand out there, okay? And there is a little trick that you can do for brand search. It's a little bit naughty, but one thing you can do to drive a lot of brand search, okay? And this is just something that most businesses do because they're real businesses and they need employees, is post job ads, okay? When you post job ads, people look up your brand and they search for your brand to see what the company is about and so on. And so possibly the algorithms might get a little bit smarter about this over time, but this definitely works and it does drive a lot of brand searches. So posting job ads is probably something that if you have a real business is useful, right? And you have demand for the product, then you're probably going to be posting some job ads from time to time. And so that will also boost the brand search. Some people use this in a gray hat way or a black hat way where there's not really a job position, which, you know, is wasting a lot of people's time, okay, just to win the popularity contest, but just telling you what's out there, right, and what's working. Okay, so this isn't something that we do. Okay, I mean, we do post job ads, but we're doing it because we've got lots of positions to fill. Okay, but there are people out there gaming the system, posting job ads for this reason, right? What's really important now, obviously, is just actually have something which is useful and do whatever you can to get the word out and make sure that your brand is front and center. And if you're really smart about this as well, you can actually tell people to go Google you or go look me up on YouTube. If you know that, you know, if someone types in your brand name and you're number one and you're all over the front page, same on YouTube, then go tell people to go actually look up that stuff. Go tell people, you know, to look you up as well on social media. Okay, don't just give them the link, ask them to actually search, because it's a really positive signal when people are out there looking for your brand, they're looking for you. And so tell them to, you know, don't just put a link at the bottom of your email, sending them direct to your website. Tell them, go look up our new product, go look up this in your YouTube video, say, hey, go look up AmpiFire because it's really absolutely amazing. You can put content all over the place, go check it out. And then people go type your brand name into Google and feel or realize like, okay, yeah, this is a great product. Plus they've then given this positive signal, which essentially encourages the algorithms to refer more people to you. And then you end up with this nice positive effect of people searching for your brand, and then you get more traffic. So it's as simple as that. Put your brand out there, get people searching and looking for you, right? Advertise, put content out in as many places as possible, do multi-channel marketing, whatever it is you need to do to get the word out, and just make sure that, you know, you've got a product, something useful on the other end of that. All right, see you next time.